Good morning. I have to turn on Active Trader Pro too. I'll turn on Active Trader Pro. I am currently live. And I'm just getting set up. It's going to be a half-hour podcast today. Not the 10 minutes that I did yesterday. So we'll get a little bit more done. A few more scans. But I got my chat window up. Hit the thumbs up button if you made it this far. Let's see. And we're going to do that. And then I believe I'm going to get, two-factor authentication. Let's see. Don't ask me again. Boom. Delete. Okay. Anybody showing up? 7 o'clock. I gotta get down there by 8:30. So, but I think I may get some French toast after all the power girls are set up. Okay. I'm gonna do some. I'll do some scans with everybody live. Nobody's joining though. But that's probably because nobody expected me to be online today. And I do look tired. I know I look tired. But I think it sounds a little bit better today. Oh, look at Boyle. Boyle's down at 38. It's below 40. Below 40. Let's do some scans. I'm going to go to market scanner. That's Boyle. I still haven't lost its confirmation, but we're going to go to the daily stock pick scanner. Scan, and I'm going to put this down. Scan. I will try and get through everything that... Ooh, Costco. SPG. Qualcomm. MPLX. J&J. Goldman Sachs. VOO. That's a S&P 500 one. That got a cross up. Wow. Morning, James. I think it's going to be a... we had some good... Wow. Let's do the sectors. Oh, XLE and XLF. XLF. Exit. Energy might be turning around. Let's do... Where's my... There it is. Let's see. Anything... ARKK. I'm going to post this all. I'll post it exclusively in the Facebook group. So, Fiverr crossed. I like Fiverr. You know what crossed too? UPS. CRISPR. CRSP. Starwood. Does CRISPR justify it? It's going to go back to the 200-day. And now that it filled that gap. See that gap right there? Now that it filled that. Once it gains its confirmation, you're probably going back up to 60. I'm going to bring that up. That's a good one. Let's look at REI. You bring up a good point. I have not followed with you. Yeah, it covered that. See, it covered that gap. It got that double bottom. We talked about that double bottom. It's at 217. Have we looked at the fundamentals of REI? Let me see. Yeah, it's making money. Oil to 125, 10 most shorted oil stocks. Is REI one of the most shorted oil stocks? Let's see. It says it mentions REI. Yeah, Ring Energy. Primarily involved in oil and natural gas development production. In October, interest decreased for Ring Energy. Shares were shorted as of October with a 2.3 decrease. Is the leading shareholder in Ring with 1.6 million shares. August 1st, Roth Capital downgraded Ring from buy to neutral with a $7.50 price objective, up from $4.90. He was concerned with the acquisition result in a substantial rise in the number of operating wells. Still, it doesn't tell me that it's a bad business. I don't think you're bad. Stock price as of November 10th. Shit, you could get caught in a short squeeze, which would be nice for you. Nothing's changed on that one at all. Energy's up 60%. This one's only up 3% for the year. I may join you in this one. Starting to get confirmation. See the little band above that 9-day? I think you're turning around. I like that one. I like it, James. I'm not going to bring it up on the podcast, but I like it. Okay. That is not owned. And then we're going to go down to, I'm going to go down to the Dow 30, which I'll probably cover already. CVX. CVX crossed up. Nike. I'm not going to bring up Nike. Caterpillar. Caterpillar's one that's run already. No, I'm not going to bring up Caterpillar. Screw that. Let's see. We had a good day yesterday. And the only reason shit's going to go down today is because it's just run too far too fast. For what, Ring? I don't know, man. I don't have time to go back and look, but take a look at that chart. You do your best guess. And again, make no mistake about it, James. It is just a guess. There's nobody that knows anything that's going to go on here. I am no Nostradamus. I am simply a guy that is staying on the floor with Miss America pageant winners, or girls. COP, we got that one. We got GM. We got MasterCard. CBX, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs. We got all that. That's the S&P 100. Let's go to energy because I have a feeling. Let's see if we see. There's going to be a ton of energy cross-ups here. MRO. Venom. Viper. Crossed up. I'm looking for any that are Halliburton. We talked about that one. CVX. PXD. Crossed up. PAR. BP. I think that's everything that I've ever talked about crossing up. Yeah. Good deal. Let's go back into the strategy tester and ConocoPhillips. Look at that. That's going to use that 200-day as a bounce. That's going to be good. I like MRO. Devon did not have a cross up, just so you know. Its RSI is down. It just passed its ex-dividend date. Here. Let's look. See what happened last ex-dividend date? Dropped down afterwards. Boom. See what happened after its ex-dividend date back here? That's the volume shelf. So I'm going to pull that to here. So we're going to look at recent volume. But look at the ex-dividend date here. Boom. What happened afterwards? Boom. So I have no doubt in my mind. It's just, time in your run here. Anything under 60, buy it. Anything over 60, sell it. I like that one. Okay, I'm going to hop into the... I'm going to move these to another day. We're going to do this Thursday. I'm going to move these. I moved that. And this is Wednesday. Okay. And we're going to do this title. Okay. So I got my Wednesday. There we go. And I'm not even putting on the headphones. I'm just, I got to start GarageBand. Where is GarageBand? There it is. And I have my Active Trader Pro. I'm going to move this over here. And I've got my notes. There we go. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Good morning, live from the Mohegan Sun, Miss America. December 14th, Wednesday. I am going to go over scans. Scans today. By the way, just so you guys know, I am going to tell you, I signed up for Webull. You guys know I signed up for Webull. And they give you free stocks. And what I wanted to do was show you or tell you the free stocks they gave me. Because it was kind of a pretty big deal. Let me see. I've got a share of Apple. Well, I'm sorry, 2 shares of Apple. It's fractional. I don't know how much, but they gave me 2 portions of Apple. They gave me Kraft Heinz. They gave me Procter & Gamble. And they gave me Gap. GPS. Pretty impressive when I signed up for Webull. The second link, I think there's a link in the link tree down below to sign up for Webull. I am still not 100% sure I like it more than Fidelity. I am a Fidelity fan. They give you Active Trader Pro. They have more. Oh, my apologies for that alarm. They have more. Fidelity has more education. They have more things. It's just a much more well-rounded brokerage account than Webull. So far, I will say. But Webull sent me a ton of alerts. I got to get my notifications and alerts off on Webull. But Webull was not bad. Not bad at all. I got to tell you. It's pretty impressive. And to get those free stocks for just depositing, not bad. Again, the link is down below. So if you want to sign up for Webull, sign up for Webull. I am going to simply go over scans and one stock that I brought up today. And I'm going to move the YouTube Live over to Active Trader Pro. Oh, wait, 1 second. Let me look. I've got to move my Active Trader Pro on here. For some reason, it did not take the Active Trader Pro. Where is my Active Trader Pro? Let's see. Window capture. And then Active Trader Pro. Oh, I don't want properties for Active Trader Pro. It is right there. There we go. And I wanted to show you, not Boyle. Boyle is, by the way, it's under 40 again. So you could have made a lot of money. But the one that I want to show you is Delta Airlines. Delta Airlines, if you remember, I said, I think it was last week, this one is going to go back to 40. And it was around 30, 32, 33, somewhere around there. It's trading at 35. I think in pre-market, it's been up as high as 37. They raised their forward guidance, said that they would be doing better. It's a travel stock. I say trade this one between 30 and 40 all the time. I like it, but I like it, better when it's up near 40. I like it better when it's down near 30 to buy, up near 40 to sell. So see what you think about that one. That was the one stock that I wanted to bring up. Of course, trade Boyle, trade that stuff today. We had a ton of scans today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over just a few of these scans because we have the Fed rate decision at 2. I don't care what you do. If you want to get into these stocks before that Fed rate decision, I think most of these stocks you're good in getting into because they did cross up. If for some reason Jay Powell says something at 2 o'clock, the Fed decision is at 1:30. They'll let you know. The likelihood is a half-point rate hike. If it goes to 0.75, I think you'll see the market react. Remember, for the last 3 or 4, the market has reacted pretty aggressively when he announces and then when he starts to speak. So I would be careful with any of these stocks. But the first one that I'm going to look at on TrendSpider is Costco. We had a cross up at 488.28. Like I said, anything under 500, I think you can get into this one. You now have confirmation. I'm not saying that this one's going to go significantly well, but they just announced their earnings. They're kind of moving up in that button hook pattern, and I like it. I'm a fan of this stock. I think this should be part of your long-term portfolio. Right now, it is not part of my long-term portfolio, but it probably should be. Another one that I like, Simon Property Group. We had a cross up here. It just got you out with a 25% gain. And that was just December 9th. It got you out with a 28% gain from $91 all the way up to $120. And you could have gotten out even before that, but you've got an ascending triangle pattern. You've broken the 200-day. You do have a gap below the 200-day. You don't have any gaps to fill. I would probably tell you to get it below 120 if you want to buy it. But if this continues the run like it has been over the holiday season, you don't have a catalyst until February 6th, where their earnings come out. So it's quite a long way for you to wait for a catalyst. But Simon Property Group had that cross up. Another cross up with a podcast favorite. And all of these, by the way, with TrendSpider, you can scan yourself. TrendSpider's got some new things out there, identifying double bottoms and double tops. They've sent me a bunch of emails that I just haven't had a chance to read. But Qualcomm is another one that is a podcast favorite, and it's in the Daily Stock Picks Core Investment Group. And I do have to send one listener the Core Investment Group who's not on TrendSpider. But if you're on TrendSpider, just scan with this group. That's what I did today. I scanned with this group. I'd scanned a few more things, but Qualcomm, Costco, Simon, they all came up in this. You know, they're podcast favorites. You can trade them. You can add them to your long-term. This is a core portfolio. Doesn't mean that it all has to be long-term. It means you can trade it. I probably should add Boyle and things like that in here. But Qualcomm had a cross up here at 123.50. You just got out of this one with a loss, and it was 126.61 was the buy-in, but it dipped down below 120. You're clearly using this 200-day as a resistance level. The resistance is right at 128, so at 123, you might flounder around here. There is a gap down here between 111 and 113 that you still have to worry about. So be careful with Qualcomm, but this is a stock that I don't think you would mind holding on to, because at this point it would come up there as well. MPLX, personally own it. I have just buy and hold it. It's got an 8% dividend. Let's take a look at FinViz to see what the dividend is on MPLX. 9.45%. 8 is the PE. It's up 10% year to date, but you've also gotten a 10% dividend year to date. So your next catalyst is the earnings on February 1st. The RSI is at 51. I've just bought and held it. I don't trade this one. I just buy and hold it. But MPLX is one. Another one that crossed up, J&J, Johnson & Johnson. Secondary cross up. The original one was 174. It's at 179. I'd probably wait to buy this one if it gets closer to the 200-day around 170. But it's another one. I own it personally. I just buy and held it. I mean, a portion of my I think it was a small buy that's turned into, I think $5,000 over the years has turned into $10,000. I just kind of forget about it. It's nothing that I kind of look at. Roblox did not have a cross up. We are still in that $31 buy, but you're at $32.30. Some people may have gotten nervous when you got down here. When you got up to 35 on December 5th or so, after this, it looked like it was going for a run. Kind of came back down. I'm still thinking that this runs to the 200-day at 40. Don't have a cross up. Just wanted to bring it up because I saw it in the list. Goldman Sachs had a cross up. Some U.S. banks are being questioned about, will banks kind of flourish in the new year, blah, 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 with rising rates. I like this one. I liked it better at 300 than I do at 360, but the cross up is at 368 for this one. A long-term buy and hold, which is the S&P, the Vanguard S&P tracking index. This is not levered. This is nothing. It is at 369. I would tell you, if you're buying at 369 5 years from now, you will not be disappointed. Within the next year, you might be disappointed. I don't know that I'd necessarily get in on this one at this rate because we have had quite a run. I'd probably get in closer to 330 on this one. You got to be patient. That's one you just got to be patient on. But it's a great, great one to own. Some indices that crossed up. The big one that I'm excited about, XLE. We just got out of this one. The algorithm got us in at 72 back on September 30th. And you ran it all the way up for a 30% gain. Mid-November, got you out with a 27% gain. But again, I probably would have gotten out right before that with that button hook. Wouldn't have gotten back in because you didn't have confirmation. You lost it all here, but you used that 200-day as a bouncing point right at about 82. At 86.45 is the cross up. It's a pretty significant move in the RSI. I don't know that it's necessarily going to be a huge move on this one, but I think you could play 86 to 92. This is one that if you think energy is going to continue to fly, I think that's a decent price point. Nothing outstanding. The next one, XLF. You started to fill this gap down to 34, but you had a cross up here and it kind of has come back and it's at 35. The 200 days at 33. You're clearly going to use that. If we go down, you're going to use that as a support level because you can see it's clinging right to the 200-day. We have a gap. It's not completely filled, so it's still in play. But XLF, cross up. One that crossed up in my personal portfolio, ARKK. These are the ARK funds. 35.29 was the cross up. 35.29. The RSI, again, if you want to play ARKK, remember, if you think that it's going to go down, you do SARK. Either one. But UPS also had a cross up here. UPS at 183.92. It's right at the 200-day. I don't know if it's kind of floundering there. I'm not sure if it's going to use it as support or resistance. But 183.92. I like it. I like, UPS is one that, again, you buy and hold. It's not one that you kind of, trade around. It just doesn't have the volatility. CRISPR, which is a genomic DNA kind of company. It's filled the gap. The reason why I bring this in, on the way down, it filled the gap. $50.70 is the cross up. My guess is that you're going back to this 200-day at some point, but the 200-day, remember, it's in a downward trend. So the 200-day will continue to move down. It's at 63 right now. Do I think you're going from 50 to 63 in the next 2 days? No way. But you do have an ability to, the RSI is down at 43, kind of in no man's land below that 50, but above the 20. The the MACD's crossing up kind of right at the oscillator. If you think that the Fed's going to force the market up today, I think that's a good one. I think that's a great stock to buy. Now, podcast favorite, Chevron, 173.58. Clearly used that 200-day as more of a bouncing point. Didn't quite touch it, but it's got that button hook that we like. We just got out of this one with a 23% gain. From October 4th all the way to November 18th. The RSI was down. It was down in the 29 range a couple days ago as it started a button hook. December 13th, yesterday, it got that button hook up at 173. You could probably play it. You're right up against 52-week highs. Let's go to CVX right here. And your 52-week high is 8% at 189. Your PE is 9. Your dividend is 3.2% year to date. You are up 47%. But Chevron's a great company. You can just buy that one and just sit on it if you want. Another energy company, ConocoPhillips, talking about this one all the time. This one even went below the 200-day. You do have this gap that comes into play between 107 and 104, but at some point you're coming back up to 130. It's an energy company. It's going to come back up to 130 unless we go into a recession. Remember, energy is going to get hit if we go into a recession. It just wants to come down. But COP is there. Another one that I like to trade, but it's okay. The algorithm loses you 15%, buying and holding loses you 5%. It's General Motors. Your average win is 9%. So it's not a bad one to trade. If you want to hold on to it, you can. I think they've got some great things coming out with their electrification. They are not leading the electrification of America like Biden said, like Mary Barra thinks that they are. It's just, you got your upward trend. You use that 200-day as a bouncing point right at about 37. You're at 38.79. You had a 20% gain in this one in the last month. So you're coming off that one. I think you could build on those things if we continue to go up. MasterCard. God, this one's a great one. We had a buy-in here October 13th. This is a double cross-up. At 295, we had a buy-in. Now you've got this gap down here around the 200-day. You still are above that 9-day. So you had a secondary cross-up. Their ex-dividend date is coming up on January 6th. Their earnings are coming up January 25th. I think it's a good opportunity. I'd like you to get into this one probably closer to the 320 mark, but it had a secondary cross-up. Look at that move. Great move. Another energy company that we talked about. See, it's sitting right on that 200-day. MRO, Marathon Oil, 27.89. We just got off a 35% gain on this one. The gap down here has not been filled, but it's below the 200-day. You dipped right below the 200-day there. As long as you have confirmation on this one, I think you can go. I think it goes from 27 back to about 32. Not going to be a huge mover in my mind, but I think it's a good one. And if we go over here and we look at the PE, MRO, Marathon Oil, is at 5. Remember, Chevron's at 9. This one is up year to date 68%, 1.3% dividend. You're 17% below your 52-week high. So I'm sorry, let me look at the 52-week high is 33.42, and this one crossed up at 27. If you go back to 33, what's that? 20% gain. Great gain on that one. Viper Energy, we talk about this one all the time because I call it Venom because of the symbol VNOM. But Viper Energy had a cross up here at 31.94. You did dip down and you started to cover this gap. The gap goes down to 29, but it didn't cover that gap. But you're above the 200-day again. So the gap kind of becomes irrelevant, sort of. But you don't have any catalysts in going forward on this one, but it crossed up at 31.94. The last time we had a run in this one, you did have a cross up here at 32, but we had to worry about that gap. And the 200-day, it didn't go down there, dipped below the 200-day, started to cover the gap, didn't quite do it. But again, as long as you're above that 200-day, I think that gap becomes irrelevant. So Viper's a good one. PXD, Pioneer Natural Resources. This one has just fallen out of favor. I don't know if you want to continue to chance it, but we covered this gap under the 200-day. You are clearly using that 200-day. It's going to be a resistance level at 240. It's at 224 right now. You're past your ex-dividend date. The RSI is at 30. Yesterday it was at 33. It jumped up to 43. But you're below that oscillator on the MACD. I like this one. Let's look at the dividend is what? 11% on this one. 11.59%. Your PE is 8. You are 18% below your 52-week high. Year to date, you're up 34%. It's a great, great trade. I like this one. I just like it. Another one, and the final one that I'll look at is Halliburton. HAL, you had a cross up here at 37.01. We had just a legendary move in this. October 3rd, 24.79 was the cross up. You got out November 21st. So a month, 43% gain. Great, great trade. If you want to look at a similar stock Schlumberger, this is the same kind of chart. Same kind of chart. 36.24 was the cross up on September 30th. You got out November 21st with a 46% gain. We just had another cross up on Schlumberger at 51.06. Great. This is technology in the energy field. And it clearly it hasn't come down to its 200-day, which is at 43. This one's a little bit expensive. But SLB, you have a 1.3% dividend. The PE is 24. It's expensive. Year to date, it's up 70%. It is only 8% below its 52-week high. I'd rather see in Halliburton. I think that one has a little bit more opportunity. Let's look at Halliburton. It does have the ascending triangle. Halliburton is, again, 15% below its 52-week high. The PE is only 19 versus Schlumberger at 24. Dividend is 1.3. It's kind of the same as Schlumberger. So I'd rather see in Halliburton. I think you have more opportunity in Halliburton than Schlumberger. So I think that's going to do it for me. Again, I have Corey. I have undervalued stock, Nick, listener from Australia. I want to go over, meet Kevin. I have ADP to go over with some folks. But I wanted to keep it short and sweet. I got to go ahead and help. I think it's ages 6 to 17, or maybe it's 16. I forget. But it's girls who are in the Miss America Power Academy. I'm a big fan. So if you have any questions, hit me up on the socials. I'd love to hear from you. I think it's going to be a little bit overmodulated. God, I hope it's not. But take care. See you tomorrow. I think it's going to be overmodulated. Damn it.
Good morning, live from the...
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Miss America, December 14th, Wednesday. I am going to go over scans today. By the way, just
the record
so you guys
level was
know,
too high.
I am going to tell you, I signed up for Webull. You guys know I signed up for Webull, and they give
Can
you
I
free
cut
stocks.
the audio?
And what I wanted to do was show you or tell you the free stocks they gave me, because it was kind of a pretty big deal.
I just did all of that.
I've got a share of Apple. Well, I'm sorry, 2 shares of Apple. It's fractional. I don't know how much, but they gave me 2 portions of Apple. They gave me Kraft Heinz. They gave me Procter & Gamble.
Let me see. How am I going to do this? We're going to have to... can I alter this? I wonder if I can... let me see. Edit over modulated audio. How to fix distorted audio. Let's see.
Hello, I'm Mike Russell from musicradiocreative.com. In this video, I'll show you how to fix distorted audio.
Sounds good.
Okay, here we are in Adobe Audition, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is one dead piece of audio. Look at all the clipping here, my goodness me. Whenever the waveform goes above this point, the top and bottoms of your waveform view, that's distortion. And let's have a little listen.
The Old Testament farmer would also require the latter rain.
Whoa.
Otherwise, the ear...
Distortion. So how do we figure out how much distortion is in this whole samples? And we're going to see now audition. As we can see, not everything is equal.
In GarageBand. How to stop distorted clipping, pumping noises. I want a 3-minute video, let's see. I don't want pitch editing. I don't know why. Let's see. Maybe that's it. Edit. track. Oh, I wish I knew this stuff. Export. Let's export song to disk while I look at this. It's gonna take 2 seconds because this damn thing is so fast. Morning hung. I screwed up. Let's see. Yeah, the EQ on each track, I could do that. Let's see. This freaking Mac flies. This Mac flies. I could do. EQ tools. Oh, I could do. Oh, I don't want to do any of this.
Gave me Gap GPS. Pretty impressive when I signed up for Webull. The second link, I think there's a link in the link tree down below to sign.
Let me see how it sounds. Hold on. I am going to do. Sorry, guys. If you tuned in to think of stocks, I'm telling you, I like. Start listening. Oh God, now I have to start listening.
Good morning, live from the Mohegan Sun, Miss America, December 14th, Wednesday.
Yeah, that's too overmodulated. Let's do this. No.
Good morning, live from. Sign up for Webull. I am still not 100% sure I like it more than Fidelity.
Okay.
I am a Fidelity fan. They give you Active
Disk.
Trader Pro. They have
Delete
more.
both.
Oh, my apologies for that alarm.
I had
They
the
have
alarm go
more
off.
Fidelity.
Export. There we go. I'm gonna export this one. I think it's a little bit better. But I am gonna hang up on this one because morning hung and just because 20 minutes. So no more stocks. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Hit me up on the socials. Sign up for TrendSpider. That's the best way to do this while I'm on the road, is sign up for TrendSpider and do it yourself. So I will talk to you guys later.